What's going on, YouTube? So I think I done came to the conclusion that Tuesdays we're gonna do high speed chase, man. Every Tuesday we probably upload a high speed chase video. I think that's what I'm gonna try and do moving forward. We gonna probably categorize our days to what we're gonna do. I mean, I might even do whatever the hell I feel like doing. Who knows? But I think going forward, probably Tuesdays, we're gonna do Take 'em on the Chase Tuesday. So every Tuesday, we probably gonna do a high speed video. You know, I love a good high speed. I always love watching a good high speed. And been in a few. You know, seen a few. So I think we're gonna do high speed chase videos on Tuesdays. Take 'em on the Chase Tuesdays, man. But without further ado.
Well,
let's go ahead and watch this
earlier
one here.
we had a.
I would rather have us be cohesive, unified, even with our differences. This community is very diverse politically, but we get along and we're neighbors.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car. Okay, you ready? All right, $118 for car insurance. That's how much I was paying, okay? I picked up the car a few months ago and watch this. Ready? $97 premium, $20 were my fees, $118. Now, I covered up my private information, guys. $39, $118. Check this out. Ready? $500 for comprehensive.
Man, don't nobody care about these ads.
Earlier we had a police chase, and it looks like, yep, we have another one going on right now, as LAPD right now is in pursuit of a stolen car here. Sky Fox up high above. You're watching live here on Live Now from Fox as we continue to bring this to.
Ooh, is that a Grand Caravan?
Like I was saying earlier, that these somehow, I don't know what it is.
You trying to do them in a six-cylinder? I mean, in a four-cylinder?
We have, they come in bunches here, and it just seems like, yep, we have another one going right here.
Where I
And
think
of
the
course, we
captain
got
said
it coming
LA?
for you right here on Live Now
Crazy
from
police
Fox.
chase. Carjack 3 vehicles during high-speed pursuit in LA.
And this one, though, is going at a high rate of speed here. We are taking a look here.
Hey, you trying to do them boys in a
minivan
four-cylinder? Hey, man.
that is really whipping right now. And as soon as we get some, if we see the coverage there from Fox 11, we're going to go to that. But right now, we are taking this to you live right here on Live Now from Fox. Viewer discretion is advised because of these just really high rates of speed here. Suspect really no shame right here at all, trying to evade authorities.
How you gonna try and do them in a four-cylinder, bro? That's definitely a Dodge Grand Caravan.
Right now, I'm just updating the lower third here graphic so that when new people come on, they'll definitely know what is going on right here. Just wanted to let our great viewers
What I would have
know
did
what is
personally
happening here.
is I'd have hopped out that joint and then hopped in somebody else's car. Right underneath that bridge where they couldn't see anything. And let that car roll into.
Like I was saying earlier, we did have a chase this morning. It went 3 hours. This one just starting out here for us,
sure.
And we appreciate all our viewers coming in. I know with police chases here, you start maybe from the beginning. I know you're going to come all the way until the end right here to watch it with us. And what we'll do is we'll just keep this up for you live, raw, and unfiltered right now. And in just moments, my colleague Andy Mack here will have the play-by-play.
Bro, so
as well.
I'm from Wisconsin,
as soon as
man.
we see coverage of Fox 11
for high speeds, man, they got so many high speeds. They couldn't even do chopper if they wanted to, man. They probably got like
as
where I'm at.
But Skybox
probably got like
images showing this right now. Suspects
10
stole
high speeds a
this
day, 20 high
minivan,
speeds a
now
day.
taking it on a joyride here, and unfortunately for that
I feel
owner,
bad for the
has
boys
to
out there in
now
Cali.
watch this
And
coverage
them, you know,
here,
the bigger
just
states
hope
and bigger
that
cities
there
where they
won't
got
be much
choppers.
damage, and if at all, here to the vehicle. Okay,
Oh,
what do we
snap.
have here?
We got to pull
Pulling
up.
over to the side of the shoulder, and then thought about it, and then said,
Nah.
no. Chase
Stay
continues
underneath the
right
bridge,
now,
bro.
Police continue to pursue this suspect here. That was something. Okay, now we're not even going to try to stop for the red here. We're just going to continue on.
Bruh. Stay underneath the bridge. Put the car in neutral. Let it roll over. It's tinted windows, so they can't see if you're actually still in or not in there. Let it crash. As the police chopper facing that way, bro. Oh my God. Come on, man.
Almost hitting that blue car right there. Weaves out of the way. And now runs through the light, and the chase continues. As you know, we've seen these, especially when they get to the side streets. That is when problems happen. That's when crashes happen here. So we're hoping that isn't the case there, but you never know. And again, our viewers are joining us here today live from all over the country as this chase now continues in the Los Angeles area of a stolen minivan here at this moment. And police continue to track it right here. What will the suspect do? That is the true wild card moment here that we just don't know. Obviously, if they have a wild
Don't
card
hit Buddy on a bike, man. Ooh.
willing to steal a vehicle, you just don't know what they are going to do next. We do have now Fox 11, our great team out there in
Another
Los
charge.
Angeles. They have the play-by-play here as well as this chase continues on. Let's listen to their coverage.
The ground units to get their ways back over here to where this is. Laurel Canyon and Paxton. You can see them making a hard turn right there. Once again, keeping a little bit better than the speeds on the roadway, but definitely breaking a lot of laws. Here we go. Going against traffic and really starting to kick up that speed. Now, what is the exact law for this vehicle? Well, that one's a tough one because at first they were saying it was a carjacking, then they were saying it wasn't a carjacking. There was another vehicle underneath the bridge, a silver Mercedes. That went one way, this one another. And the LAPD airship stayed with this one, got onto the freeway, but then kind of got off and made this big U-turn, and the ground units started following the wrong car. So now this vehicle is making its way up here into the Pacoima area. You can see those speeds right there. Let me put up that speedometer for you. We're going to try to keep it in the shot, especially on this roadway right here. Paxton, that is going to be one of those ones that parallels the freeway. And also, this van seems to really enjoy going underneath the freeway and then not coming out. He did come out again this time. There you go. Getting really tight, squeezing through there. A lot of traffic. Looks like he wants to get back onto the freeway, and he's going to accomplish it right there. Now, LAPD, they're trying to get their ducks in a row. I'm not saying that in any kind of mean way. There are a lot of cars.
Bro, move out this man's way. Y'all see driving reckless.
The communication, well, they're trying
to
get into those swerving lanes, and they're trying to get a police car behind it.
Y'all see that? Y'all quite sure y'all see the chopper in the sky.
And you can see those speeds really starting to pick
up.
Y'all
still trying to
show you those speeds. There they are. Sorry about that. And you can see those speeds now, almost 100 miles an hour. It's a Dodge Caravan, and you can see it moving along at quite a good clip. Oh, okay, copy all. I thought we had somebody in the studio down there that I was going to be talking with. Sorry about that, but you can see those speeds really moving along out here this afternoon. Again, what is the original want? We're saying we're going to just kind of go with right now a carjacking suspect. Don't know if that's the car that he actually carjacked, or maybe that is just his vehicle. But right now, very, very high speeds. A lot of the folks on the freeway this afternoon not really knowing about what's going on. Very, very high speeds. The helicopter, the LAPD helicopter, that's the one that's going to be behind it, and only thing that is from law enforcement. So also in a way, you might think, well, are we in pursuit or are we in tracking? Well, we are kind of in a tracking mode just because of the fact that we do not have any law enforcement on the ground behind it. Now, California Highway Patrol, they are going to be notified of this. They might have a unit on the
spike
freeway over here, might just be doing patrol and be able to get behind this, and then it would become a full-fledged pursuit once again. Right now, though, this vehicle moving very, very quickly. LAPD making those calls, telling the ground units how to get in this area or try to get them in this area. That van starting to use all the lanes of traffic out here. That's also a very dangerous move. 100 miles an hour in that Caravan. Well, we all know it. I'm not putting anything down on that vehicle, but not known for its high performance tactics. That driver also, I would venture to say, probably not a trained driver. And now we're in that carpool lane going about 100 and something miles an hour. Now this is the 118 freeway. Anybody that lives in the area knows that speeds on the 118, well, they're probably posted at 65, but if anybody's going 65, they better be in that slow lane. This freeway always has a lot of high-speed traffic, but this afternoon, this Caravan moving at 100 miles an hour plus, and you can see it right there, passing all those other vehicles like they're almost like they're standing still. LAPD, they're the only ones behind it right now, and when I say behind it, I mean above and behind, because it's the helicopter, and they're the only ones there right now. Going to keep an ear on the scanner while I keep you guys updated on where this is going and how this is going, but I'd like to know if they're able to get California Highway Patrol behind it and or possibly another LAPD vehicle. But right now, you can see that vehicle just kind of moving around, slowing down. At least got it out of the triple digits. That's a huge plus. But apparently this vehicle's still moving along. Whoa! And that is exactly what we're always worried about. Roxy, I hear you're joining us.
Yes, you heard me there with my whoa. Yeah, Stu, it's been a busy morning for both of us. This is our second pursuit we've been following this morning. So here we go. We're on the 118 freeway. This car driving recklessly,
bro, even
speeding, even on the freeway.
Even if it ain't a chopper over me.
High rate of speed and very, very careless. And
ain't no police.
It's interesting.
If I see somebody driving like that, bro.
This is the same car that was involved earlier in a crash, right, in Burbank, and this is now a stolen vehicle out of Ventura. Is that right?
You know what, Roxy, if that's the information that our assignment desk is giving you, then this is all going to be starting to make sense, because LAPD very interested in this vehicle. They've been chasing it for quite some time, apparently, and it's been eluding officers. But if this is the one that's involved in that crash from earlier on in the Burbank area involving LAPD officers, then that is for sure the reason why they want that suspect in custody. We're getting off the freeway here. You can see it right there. Reseda, this is always very busy. Not a good decision on that driver's part, making that turn going up to the north here.
Bro, you know you're doing goofy stuff when a newsman clowning you.
A very busy intersection out here. It looks like we got lucky right now. Seems like there isn't that much traffic, but again, that Caravan moving at 100 miles an hour plus and for quite a bit of time, making his way onto Reseda Boulevard, stopping there in traffic. That's the first time we've seen this vehicle actually stop. Now, it's
incorrect. He stopped like 4 times.
Under these overpasses on the freeway, that's kind of where it was hiding just moments ago, but then we've seen it live. There's been a couple of times he could have made that same stunt. A little hard on the wheel there as we're Skyfox directly above it. Got a good look at that driver's hand on the wheel. Look at that. On the center divider, going to do a little pirouette here. Hope everybody took their Dramamine at home. But that vehicle continued to move along at a good clip on Reseda Boulevard. And it seems like we're heading back into the valley right now. It's going to be more and more traffic. And if he keeps those high speeds up, I am very worried for the public safety. And, of course, that suspect as well. But right now, 80 miles an hour on Reseda Boulevard. That is unheard of. Using the bicycle lane right there and making his way up to what looks like a red light.
That's common here in Wisconsin, bro.
Turn here as we're making our
in Milwaukee, that's
Chatsworth.
common, boy.
Now, Roxy, just real quick, Chatsworth was where we picked this thing up just moments ago. This is where it all started, was underneath the 118 freeway and Chatsworth. I know we're on the other end of the valley, but he's been going about 100 miles an hour. Makes me wonder why he wants to go back to Chatsworth all the time.
Yeah, that is interesting, but you know, we always talk about it with these pursuits. These suspects end up going areas that they're familiar with, or maybe they have an invested interest in. So the fact that he keeps circling back to this area in Chatsworth and the 118 there makes you wonder. So Stu, following this closely, it looks like there's only one driver. That's at least what we think. In that
there's only one driver.
Person inside of that car. We have no idea, you know,
unless they got 2 steering wheels in that
car. They're capable, what they have with them. But obviously, the demeanor of this individual is one that he's reckless and careless and doesn't seem to be all that concerned about endangering others. Almost like the mentality of nothing to lose, which can be a very, very dangerous place to be.
Definitely, and when you said it exactly correctly, embrazened. You know, he was in pursuit, or apparently, if this is the vehicle, which I believe our assignment desk would get that information correct, if this is that vehicle, he had lost an LAPD pursuit earlier on. Maybe he thinks he can do it again. I know we're getting close to. I haven't looked out the window because this vehicle moving so quickly and making these crazy maneuvers. But I know we are near the Northridge Mall, and I'm hoping that if the LAPD helicopter is picking that up as well. I'm just worried that this van is going to try to make his way over to that mall and then hide in that parking structure. We've seen that so often in the past. But right now, though, you can see him right there. Tampa going 60 miles an hour, passing everybody in that center divider.
Yeah, that's kind of smart.
This is unbelievably dangerous. This is an area that's always packed.
You go into that parking structure, hide in there.
And whoa! That was a solid red. That was a solid red. And, you know, this is the thing. It's like
another charge.
My blood runs cold every time that happens, and I always worry there's somebody that just doesn't know what's going on, and then don't mean that like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Who expects somebody to go through an intersection at almost 60 miles an hour when it is a solid red? More traffic, that means there is another red light coming up or coming up on Plummer there, so we're very close to the mall. Got his way through that one, too. Extremely lucky. I wouldn't say skill at all, but it looks like we're going to be paralleling the mall right here, keeping an eye on it. He's not slowing down.
What y'all think going through his mind right now?
Yeah, there have been so many close calls.
You probably thinking like,
oh my goodness, so many close calls, losing track of that. But yeah, most of the people down below,
like,
I mean, unless they're listening to the radio, we have to assume that they don't
know
what's going on. And that's what makes it so dangerous, because people are just following, you know, the rules.
Look at all them
They're
Teslas
driving the
right
way
there.
They're supposed to, stopping when they're supposed to, going when they're supposed to go, and then you have pedestrians on top of that, maybe even bicyclists mixed into it. And if you don't know what's going on, you're not going to be paying attention and backing away from this guy. And this guy doesn't seem to care. And look at that. The speed is just unbelievable.
Ooh, make that trunk jump.
Unbelievable. And he's getting that little bit of a bounce. We're on Nordhoff Way. There's a lot of S-turns out here. We've covered a couple of fatal head-ons because of those S-turns that are coming up. And it looks like we've already made our way past that, cutting through the gas station right there, making their way. Let's see if he stops. It looks like he stopped here. And maybe it's just because he can't get through. But definitely looks like he stopped there for a moment. We're going to get Skyfox to keep moving just in case he jumps out. It looks like he's coming through the other side, going very, very slow. I hope this guy is not looking for another carjacking victim, because remember, this is a carjacking suspect. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And hopefully he's not going to try to jump out and try to take somebody else's vehicle. But again, we're underneath that on.
He said, I hope he's not going to try and jump out and take somebody else's vehicle. And I know I know I shouldn't say this, but I hope he hop out and take somebody else's vehicle, bro.
Right there, we're going to see what's going on, but unusual activity for sure, kind of backing up. But this is something. It's like, look at the amount of time we're spending here. LAPD, the helicopter's got to be calling this out. I'm going to stay a little bit wider as he's making his way.
This is why I think
helicopter. Just wondering
the
where
MPH meter is wrong.
There they come.
How can y'all clock his MPH from behind that gas station?
That's going to be on Corbin. Yeah. So they're on the other side. This is going to be one of those ones where it's going to look like, you know, they don't know what they're doing, but there's that, the van doesn't know the officers are there. There they go. Now he spotted them, and the pursuit's back on again.
Yeah.
Look, getting back on to Corbin.
Now
we're going to be heading northbound on Corbin. Again, you can see all these
Let's
cars out here. This is a very busy part of town. We're going to go right by the Olive Garden. That's actually at Nordhoff and Corbin. And there it goes, right through that intersection. And the speeds back up to those high speeds again. LAPD, I venture to say, they will not be matching those speeds, especially out here on these surface streets.
Yeah, that was a strange move there into that gas station. For a moment, I was even thinking, like, I mean, is he going to stop and fill up?
Of course
that would
not.
have been interesting.
Yeah.
It's been quite a morning with the earlier pursuit we covered today, and now this, and it kind of in the same area, in the same vicinity.
Well, we're definitely in the valley. There's no doubt about that. And the other one started basically.
Translation: we're definitely in the hood. There's no doubt about that.
Kind of close by. These speeds, though, this is nothing like the earlier pursuit. The earlier pursuit was very, very slow going. This guy's going 90 miles an hour on Corbin. And, you know, a lot of folks might say, what does that mean? If you don't live in the valleys, you might not understand that. These are not the roads where you go have those kind of speeds. And I am very concerned that this is going to end poorly. That driver's got the window down, and you can actually see some agitation right there. I'm agitated every time he starts passing all those slowed and stopped vehicles at every stoplight. I don't want to see this thing crash. I don't want to see anybody get
I don't want to see it crash
making a hard turn, hard on the brakes. Then he's going to get squeezing right through there.
Squeezing through.
Yeah.
Squeezing through.
No damage. Ooh, spike sticks.
Spike strips. Those were spike strips. I don't know if that worked. That officer, again, was
Dude was too turtle on the
spike
spike sticks, bro.
It looked like he actually threw it at the van, not under it. But still, at least there was that opportunity, and that officer, putting himself in danger. That suspect could have easily swerved and crashed into him, but actually he threw those spike strips. We're going to keep an eye on that driver's side wheel.
Break.
Maybe we'll see something. A
Yo.
flat tire would definitely bring this thing to an end.
Ooh,
and I believe,
is it on a flat tire? The front.
He did it. Woo! Look at that. So we got 2 flat tires right now on the Caravan.
The front and back.
I'm excited about
And
this,
he's
but
still
this
hitting
does
it.
not bring it to an end. This actually might have made this more dangerous. These high speeds, 2 flat tires going 60 miles an hour.
That joint
on Tampa,
leaning, boy.
I am worried. I am beyond worried. Hopefully that driver's going to have the good common sense to basically just kind of pull this over or find a way to just get out and try to run. Keeping up these speeds with flat tires on a Caravan, I'm not thinking it is just a bunch of bad. It is just a bunch of bad, and I just hope this ends well.
I'm shocked that spike strip.
It's time to re-up on your cars, boy.
At least it looked like he just hit the car. He didn't go underneath it. But was that the first time spike strips were attempted?
Yes. As far as we know, that was the first time we got to spike strip.
And
this thing is starting to really start to smoke, really start to weave. He's starting to lose control over it. He has slowed down, but we're going.
He's gonna be on them rims in a second.
55. And
we on the rims now.
Very busy part of town.
See that smoke?
We're making our way up towards Rinaldi on Tampa. I'm just hoping that van gives up before that. Before there's a problem. Going to make that. Looks like we're really starting to slow down and stop.
Oh.
There he is. He is out. And he's going to
it's
start
a
to run on
tweaker.
foot. Now, where's the LAPD? I'm sure they're nearby, and you can run all
It's
you
a
want,
crackhead.
but I don't think he's going to outrun any kind of vehicle. Making the run there, making it going into. Yeah, this is a gas station. I hope his plan
Dude,
is
take
not
one.
to try to
Don't
take
take the
car.
truck.
He's underneath that awning right there. We're going to stay a little bit wider. Not that I'm not trying to see him, but if he tries to steal somebody's car, I want to see that vehicle make their way out.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on now.
I don't think so. I think he's still underneath the. I didn't see him come out of the awning.
I didn't see him come out either.
I didn't see him come out either. LAPD's in the area.
There go another chopper.
Uh-oh.
No way.
Not the BMW.
Talking about. That's exactly what I was talking about.
Ooh, he went and got some fodder. Smacked the whip and went and got a fatter one.
But this is not good at all. LAPD is the helicopter. I'm sure has it. Yep, I'm looking out the window. I can show it to you guys. The LAPD has it right there.
Man.
Black and white joining that pursuit. And now we're going southbound on Tampa. Araxia, have we ever seen something that crazy?
I cannot believe that. I saw that he ran. Wait a minute. Is there? I'm trying to look at the passenger.
I hope there's not somebody in that car.
I'm trying to look at that passenger side. The windows are so tinted, it's difficult. When he ran towards that gas station, I saw several people were filling up and their doors were open, and he ran past one individual. I was like, okay, good, safe in that sense. But the fact that this guy is a wanted carjacker, and the first
if that was my car,
he carjacked it, didn't we didn't
wait,
put past him that
if
he
that was my
again,
car,
and sure enough, he did it again.
Please don't smack my whip. Well, if I'm upside down, I hope y'all smack that joint.
Well,
I hope y'all. If I was upside down on my car, I hope y'all total that joint.
Or at least I'd be trying to figure out something right there. But oh my
But
gosh,
if that's my baby, I paid off. I own it in cash. Or if I'm positive, break even at least. Please don't hurt my baby.
Almost touching triple digits. This was one of the reasons why I was worried when I saw it was a BMW. We just went from a van to a BMW, and this driver definitely always pushing those vehicles to the limit. Hard on the brakes, and then making our way on to, I believe this is going to be Lassen. And we're continuing on right there. Center divider, and this vehicle continuing to move. I got to tell you, Roxy,
yeah. Hey, he trying to get up out of there.
I am that guy that especially
he trying to get up out of there.
I don't shut off my car when I'm filling it up. But you know what? I'm from now on in. Those keys, that button is pushed, the car is off, and those keys are staying with me.
Oh no, you know what, Stu? I have covering these pursuits and doing the job I do. I am so careful with stuff like that. That key is with me at all times. I do not mess around. And this is an example of that. You know, the people had absolutely no idea that this was going on and going about their daily lives. And here you go. I am just thinking also the fact that, well, this was a gas station, and this BMW likely perhaps has a full tank now too.
Yeah, a full tank or maybe needed gas, but he's got enough gas to get away. That is for sure. I kind of wonder if it was that one guy that was just walking away, and you saw him turn around.
Yeah.
And look back. But I mean, it could have been, there could have been something else going on. There might have been the driver of that car might have just been yelling like, "Hey, what are you doing? That's my car." But at any rate, we saw that carjacking happen. LAPD are in pursuit. This vehicle now on Winnetka once again, moving at 100 miles an hour, and we're making our way into the heart of the valley. Luckily, I think that was a red light, but again, that was one of those ones where, there was nobody in that intersection. It beyond lucky. LAPD has 2 helicopters on this right now.
Bro doing 100 going through intersections.
I want to see this guy in
he going crazy.
This is just beyond ludicrous. And right now, using that center divider, 102 miles an hour, so he's in the triple double.
Ooh!
Wow. And then making that hard turn.
That's why right there, bro. That's why I know that speed thing ain't right, bro. If he was going 100, he wouldn't have been able to break that quick and turn and then miss. Come on now.
Turn right there. And now we're on Parthenia. And,
come on now, bro.
But we're moving to the west, so we're heading out towards the West Valley area. But my goodness, what an afternoon. And these people that are on the ground down there just driving about, doing their business, hot day. And you got this lunatic driving by you.
This lunatic driving by you at 100 miles an hour.
Definitely beyond
uncalled for and definitely
like
beyond dangerous.
Pursuit, he has stayed, for the most part, on surface streets. That's kind of where he's sticking.
Right now he is. We did see him on the freeway for a little bit. Where we went live, but this is one of those ones where that BMW, at least he's got a little bit of performance. But even that car, I mean, I'm not putting anybody down, but it's one of these ones. I mean, if you're hard on the gas, hard on the brake, hard on the gas, that car is going to start taking a beating. Those brakes are going to start heating up. The performance level is going to drop, and then that driver, even though we haven't seen anything yet, I can tell you this guy is just running on luck and adrenaline, and one of the two is going to run out, and hopefully this that won't happen where somebody gets injured. Continuing
folks,
to
adrenaline definitely on 100.
High speed.
That's a fact.
Staying on Mason right
His
now,
adrenaline definitely on 100.
I believe we're making our way southbound on Mason, so we're heading kind of into the Winnetka. We're out of the Winnetka area over towards the Woodland Hills area, but it was a very busy intersection right there, and just in a little bit.
How are they tracking the speed?
I see
through
those
bushes,
cars
bro.
blocking him in, and I'm actually kind of happy.
He's weaving in and out.
Yeah.
Behind buildings, through bushes.
What do you do?
Come on, bro.
With the fact that he just got away for now, at least for now, with this second carjacking.
That's an LA. Is that LAPD or is that CHP? I think that's LAPD behind him right there.
I was just
Yeah,
thinking
that's an
the
LAPD
fact
unit.
that he got away for now again, because this is limited, with the second carjacking, it emboldens someone like this person who doesn't care, obviously, and at this point really, really has nothing to lose, and they're just going to go all in.
Did he lose him?
Which just makes it so dangerous for everyone else on the road.
Oh no, I was finna say, did he shake him
So
off?
dangerous on everybody on the road. And this
Ooh.
almost hit that Tesla.
Ooh, you better move the Tesla out the way, boy.
Now they have one LAPD unit on the ground,
Going the wrong way.
solid wrong way.
Phew.
And the helicopter, the LAPD helicopter, lost sight of it. So hopefully they're. I know Dylan is trying to work with them, and they're going to try.
How
to
did the LAPD helicopter
at least
lose
the
sight,
location for the
but the news
LAPD,
ones?
But I'm sure that there's
They got that
communication
bitch
going
on. That joint on
Someone
aimbot.
from, LAPD's watching our picture right now and getting some information and passing it along, but still very, very high speeds. They had that one Explorer, all-white Explorer from LAPD that was trying to keep up. And this is the thing, too. You know, that officer is not going to put people's lives in danger. And this guy going 100 miles an hour on these surface streets, I'm sure the officer's going to do what he can, but there's going to be a limit where he's just going to say, I'm not going to be the one responsible for somebody's passing or injury, so I'm going to back down. But right now, this car is still continuing to move along, extremely high speeds, and again, beyond lucky. A lot of green lights, a lot of weaving in and out, a lot of close calls. I'm sure some of those people don't even know how close they came to being involved in a very bad accident this afternoon.
Yeah, this is just unbelievable and terrible, and it just keeps going and going. At this point, you know, we haven't seen what's going on down below as far as the attempting a spike strip. They were so successful with that first vehicle, but we don't know, you know, at this, there it is, where we're going to see it on your right. There you see how fast that happened. On your right, you saw how they were able to
He did catch him with the spike sticks, though.
get those spike strips in motion, and that vehicle lost
He caught him
both
with
of
the
its
spike sticks.
the front tire and the back tire, and then that
That's
led
a
that
fact.
carjacking suspect to ditch that car and go to the gas station, basically ran in, took advantage of the fact that there was a vehicle. There he is running in. We started worrying, thinking, oh no, someone else might get carjacked. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened. He runs over there, took the opportunity, I guess, someone over there. I think that's the car, Stu, maybe you can't see, but I believe someone was walking away from their vehicle, and that is the car he ended up taking.
I saw that person, and you see him like turn around.
He turns
and, like,
around.
point, right?
Yeah, he turns around and he's confused, and the police cruisers go into that gas station, but they didn't make it in time, because immediately, you will see in a moment, that BMW come out of there, and the chase is on. And so on your left-hand side, you're seeing what's happening live right now, the reckless driving, the weaving in and out of traffic, going the wrong direction. But
You
this
better
is how
tip, bro.
played out to this point. Yeah, he took off. He took off with that one vehicle. So that person just left their car keys, I guess, in the car, or the car was running, and just walked away from their car going into the convenience store.
You know, I am that guy,
You
but
better
I'm not
tip,
gonna be that guy
bro.
anymore. We made our way all the way from Winnetka out to the Woodland Hills area. This continuing on, making that westbound turn. Now we're on Irwin. This is another smaller street. Shoop out here. I was just going to say, doesn't it dead end? And it does, right there. Making that hard turn on the Shoop.
How haven't they got behind him and did a pit maneuver yet?
Mention the word Ventura as the
Blocked
city
them
where
off
this all
something.
started, or in the Ventura County area. You know, we're not kind of going directly. Had many opportunities probably to get on the 118, but we are kind of weaving our way over towards the 101. Perhaps this is going to get on the 101, and Ventura is going to be our destination. Right now, I can tell you, Shoop is where we are. High speeds is what's going on. That vehicle continues to move along, and it also, another thing that bothers me is that he's choosing that right lane so much, and you know there's slower traffic. You know there's people might be coming out of an intersection. You take a look, and he's like, it's clear. You don't expect somebody to be doing 100 miles an hour, and you think it's clear. You pull out into the roadway, and that could be the problem. Slowing down here, looks like we're making another turn, another gas station. I hope it's another. I hope it's not another swap of vehicles, because there's a lot of traffic out here, and that vehicle now stopping.
Oh my goodness.
Get some gas. Hurry up. Fill up. Pump two. Pump two. Pump two.
Yes.
I'm going to stay a little bit wider, but this is one of those ones where, you know. Is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
That's him.
him.
That's him.
He's looking. He's looking.
Let me see.
That joint ain't got no gas in it. He ain't got no gas in it. He ain't got no gas in it.
Predatorial. This is scary to see.
I wonder why he pulled in here, because
he ain't got no gas in it, bro.
I just assumed, oh, the BMW maybe had a full tank of gas at this point. Maybe it didn't. Maybe he was running out of gas.
Yep. Yeah, it's not him. We're keeping an eye on it. We're just staying. I think he went back into that BMW. Just kind of keeping an eye on what's going on.
Go get that other one right there. That white SUV. Was that a Ford Explorer?
This is a Chevron. This is a Chevron at the corner of Shoup and Clarendon. This is Clarendon. There we go. LAPD pulling in. That was the one behind him that whole time. It was a California Highway Patrol. I knew. I'm not saying it like that either. There you go. The pursuit is going to be back on. But this California Highway Patrol not going to play. I have a feeling that officer.
You should have hopped in that Mercedes.
Try to lock this guy down. And there, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, on the sidewalk. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
And
just kind of weaving around. Okay. California Highway Patrol getting behind him again. Taking one of those little side streets out here. Oh, come on, come on, come on. This is actually an alleyway. And this brings you out. And there's
lose them in the alley.
Workers. And this brings us out over to the 101, I think. Okay, back out onto Ventura Boulevard.
I guess the BMW is not out of gas.
No.
He was just looking to make a switch.
Yep, make a switch and maybe try to throw the scent for the officers. But there are so many eyes on him right now. All our Fox viewers, I'm sure they are watching, and maybe anybody on the internet as well. I don't want to say it like that, but I don't think this guy is going to get away. But I just hope it doesn't end in somebody being hurt, and that includes that driver. Right now, though, this is road construction out here on Ventura Boulevard.
Man, I love a good chase.
But that vehicle still continuing about 60 miles an hour, and I think the LAPD helicopter back overhead. I'm going to try to clear that up with I'm sorry, with my pilot this afternoon, but keeping an eye on it for sure. And these high speeds, dangerous situation, and of course that driver behind the wheel, and you know that adrenaline's got to be slowing down for that guy, and hopefully he starts making some positive. Another gas station. Gonna try it again.
Boy, you better hit every gas station.
I don't see any cars there. No, he just went out.
Nope. Oh!
Wink!
That's what I knew. That CHP.
Oh, that'll hurt if that was my car.
Yeah. Not gonna play. Hopefully that didn't disable that officer's vehicle. I'm staying a little wider. He's trying to make a U-turn. I'm wondering if it damaged his steering, because he did kind of sideswipe him when he had the wheel turned. But that BMW definitely striking that officer's vehicle, and now continuing on even higher speeds back onto that portion of the Ventura Boulevard where they're doing that road construction. There we go. You got another California Highway Patrol getting involved in there, and they're going to get behind him. I don't know if they're going to match those speeds.
He on his heels for sure.
This is extremely dangerous.
He on his heels for sure.
On surface streets.
I was also thinking when he pulled into that gas station where it looked like he was going to make a switch, perhaps now we know the answer that there was no one else in that vehicle, because that individual or individuals would have taken that opportunity to get out. So at least that's good news. There is no one in there.
Another gas station.
Another gas station.
Another gas station.
Is that the
I already
same
knew he was going to hit all of them.
Is this the same one that? Oh, this is. Yes, we're back where we started.
Huh. Oh, okay, no, this is a narco. It's a narco. It's a narco.
Okay, all right, this is a different one.
Yeah.
Wait, we got a van tearing out of there. He did the swap.
Yo!
No. He did.
Boy, I'd have pulled off so smooth and
this is
sneaky with it, bro.
We're at 3 vehicles. This
now
is
you got
the second one that we've seen, and we understand
Raper
that
Man
van was also a carjacking victim. So that van continuing on right there, that's definitely him. There's no doubt about it. Using those center lanes, picking up those high speeds again, and we're on Ventura Boulevard coming up to Topanga. And
bro, he's going crazy.
Too. You're swapping vehicles like that. That black and white, not sure, but definitely, hopefully makes a U-turn, but he's not coming back up onto Topanga Canyon. But you got to think, you went from a Caravan to a BMW to a full-size Econoline. You know, I don't even know if they call them that anymore.
That might be
it's a Chevy.
V8 though.
But so you went to a full-size
Dude was
Chevy
filling
van.
up with the.
So,
Oh, y'all see the little
this
pump
is the
hanging
thing.
out?
It's like
Dude was filling
these
up with the
are
car
all very
on.
different types of vehicles. This is a very different type of driving for that vehicle. There you go. That officer from LAPD didn't get the rope-a-dope, and they are now right behind him once again. So this van's starting to move, and again, a lot of traffic, and he's making his way into more of a high-traffic area coming up, and looks like we are going to be getting onto the 101. This is going to get so dangerous.
Oh my gosh.
And it's
this
high
is just
traffic right now?
Unbelievable. I mean, really, one of the morals of the stories, be careful when you're at a gas station and keep your keys on you and don't leave them in the vehicle. Lock your doors. Although if you have a keyless starter, that doesn't help either, because you can just be close enough to the car and someone's able to start your car.
That's not how that works.
But wow, this is just, it's just, I don't
Scary.
even have the words for it, because I don't think we've ever seen something like this.
You can see the gas cap and the door open. Really, there's so much traffic out here. I was staying tight on there. I just wanted to just get a better look at it, but I need to stay a little bit wider. Take a look at all that traffic. You just saw those maneuvers that driver made. Anybody knows the 101 is going to be really busy, and it looks like he knows it now too, and he's going to be getting back off the freeway. Looks like it's going to be the DeSoto off-ramp, and again, the speed's about 60 miles an hour on the off-ramp. If there is a plus, maybe that van not going to have that acceleration, not going to have those top speeds, but that driver keeping his foot in it, now up onto the sidewalk or the curb, whatever you want to call it over there, making his way onto DeSoto and cutting across traffic. There you go, California Highway Patrol.
Come on, man.
And it's a lot of traffic
what is you
underneath that
doing,
bridge.
bro?
A little bit of a fishtail, and back onto the highway he goes, the opposite direction.
Yeah, he's back on. For a second there,
Police
I thought he was exiting to
still.
go to another gas station. Seems like.
Wouldn't have shocked us, huh? I mean, that seems to be his MO. But definitely, there's a lot of lessons to be learned, and one of them is definitely do not keep your vehicle running or the keys in it when you're getting fuel. Believe me, I am not doing that ever again. Look at that. Okay, there you go. LAPD helicopter in the shot right there. Always makes a nice picture. But right now, he's trying to hug in that right lane, and now right behind that other vehicle.
Don't play with a semi, boy.
Make contact with anybody at high speeds, especially on the freeway. We don't want to see somebody losing control. But again, this is the second one that we've actually witnessed. Third carjacking, as we understand it.
Right.
That van continuing to move along. We're westbound or northbound on the 101, heading out of the Woodland Hills area, out towards Calabasas.
Yep,
I wonder what they're doing with
we're
people that
watching
like
this,
get their car
volume
stolen
is
right now.
picking
Like,
up. It's
is
already
it a cop car
close
stand
to the
behind and take a
afternoon,
report?
So, there are a lot of people
Or
out
like-
on the roads, and again, most of these people have no idea what's
What
happening.
are they doing,
so
bruh?
That's always the danger. That gas cap is out, so one would think perhaps, I mean, two things can happen. The car is full of gas and the guy didn't have time to put the cap on, or it's about to run out of gas.
It's going to need some fuel.
One extreme
but
or
you just
the other.
don't know. Yeah, you just don't know. I mean, my parents, when they were driving, half a tank meant empty to them. With me, I'm waiting for, I'm always doing the, do I got my AAA card? Because I'm always running on empty.
So
you
high.
just don't know this person's, you just don't know this person's driving habits. That the owner of the van, the guy driving that van, we know his driving habits. We've been watching it. 100 miles an hour on surface streets, cutting in and out, cutting off people, many a close call. And it looks like thinking about, but not. It looks as if we were going to take the off-ramp there, went through that gore point, and again, really high speeds, hard on the brakes because there's a lot of traffic out there this afternoon. I don't know if he's going to try to get back off the freeway right now, though. Looks like we're northbound on the 101. Calabasas will be the next big city, but, or next city, as it would be. But you said, This started in the Ventura area. That vehicle was stolen out of Ventura, so maybe we're going back to Ventura.
Just trying to figure out what was the purpose of this third carjacking.
You know the
did
purpose.
Did he really think that was going to throw the
He ain't
place
had no
off?
gas.
What was the point of that?
Who knows?
I know.
Really,
this is
truly.
just us speculating, but
yeah. You just don't know with any of these suspects. I get those questions too a lot when I talk to friends and family, and people that just people that watch Fox and they were just curious. They ask me all the time. It's like
smart man getting out the way.
What is that guy thinking? And I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, and it would be fun to have one, maybe just to talk to, but I'm sure that psychologists won't know either. I always just believe that whoever's inside driving that vehicle right now is just trying to get away, thinking that maybe he's going to be able to do it, and or just enjoying his last few moments of not being in custody. But right now, we're going 90 miles an hour, 101 freeway, and you can watch it right there. We're coming up in the Calabasas area. A lot of weaving in and out, and he seems to really like that right shoulder.
Might be thinking of an exit. Nope,
yep, might be thinking of an exit.
Maybe change the mind.
But we'll keep an eye on it. And again, you know, this is the deal. 100 miles an hour, full-size Chevy van, work van. If this vehicle taps or bumps into somebody, it's not going to go well. And I can also see that vehicle, it is not a BMW.
It won't.
Oh, look at that.
That car.
No, that little Mini Cooper. And it was a nice one, too, that little blue. Thank goodness he didn't lose control, but definitely is going to have some damage. So we did see one collision out there that's going to be on the 101 near Las Virgenes, and that was that little blue Mini Cooper convertible. So that person probably not very happy about what happened, but I'm hoping that California Highway Patrol might be behind him still. Even at these high speeds, they've got to be in the general area. LAPD definitely above. I won't lose the car or the van as it would be, but just kind of getting a better idea of traffic and or if there's law enforcement. I don't see anybody behind them.
I don't see any. I don't see any other. So Stu, you know, we're about 1:56 here, close to 2 o'clock. I'm going to step away. Marla is coming in now to relieve me, but I'm going to fill her in on what's happening so she's caught up, and we can give our audience a chance to catch up too if they're just joining us. So basically, Marla, this was a carjacking. Well, actually started in Burbank apparently, and the first vehicle this suspect had was involved in a collision of some sort with a law enforcement vehicle. And then that's the first vehicle. During the pursuit, they were able to successfully administer the spike strip, right? So loses the tire, he parks, gets out, look at him, he's running in, he's gonna run into that gas station because that car was pointless at that point to drive. Both of the tires had gone out. Look, he's going to take that BMW, that white BMW in the back. The person who owns that car had stepped away. See the person who had stepped away? They kind of turn around, they look to see what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
So he's jumping in. Law enforcement pulls in a number of black and whites, but they're late. He's already in the car, and you're going to see him in a moment take off. By the way, we're looking live on the left side of your screen.
He already got it.
On the right side, we're showing you what led to this very moment where we are right now. So we're playing that for you. There he is in the white BMW on the right side of your screen. He takes off.
How long was he in the BMW for?
BMW for, I don't know, Stu, what would you say, like 20 minutes or so? Something like that.
Something like, yeah, 20 minutes or so. It made really good time. He started up in the Winnetka area, wound it up in Woodland Hills, and that's where he did that swap, right?
Right, so he swapped. So now he's in the BMW. No one else was in this vehicle. Then, during the drive, he comes to this gas station. Okay, now he's at this other gas station.
What y'all think that
and now you're going
Chevy,
you're not going to see
SUV
him
cargo
do this,
van.
but he swaps again.
Told they boss.
Carjacks the van.
The van that he's currently in.
The van he's currently in. So this is vehicle number 3, carjack, vehicle number 3.
Hey,
and
boss.
you see him take off.
They
and
took
that's
everything.
where we are now. Jumped on the freeway. And so we have 3 vehicles that this suspect stole. And the pursuit is on. He's driving recklessly, weaving in and out of traffic, as you can see.
Yep.
He's
very scary for drivers
bumped
out
a
there.
number of cars, really scary, going the wrong way, completely, you know, just one of those, has nothing to lose at this point, so that makes it all the more dangerous. So this is where we are, and we'll see what happens next.
Okay, Araxia, well, thank you. I know you've had a long day. I will pick it up from here. Marla Tea is here relieving Araxia as we're looking live at this wild pursuit, the second wild pursuit, I will say, of the day. I know, Stu and crew, you were over a pursuit that lasted hours involving a cement truck. That was today, if you can believe it, and here we are all these hours later, and the clock is just about to strike 2. And we have a second wild pursuit, as Araxia just outlined for me. This is the third carjacked vehicle. This one here is a white van. This is now in the San Fernando Valley. Stu, go ahead.
My bad, y'all. I'm a little tired.
We're in the Agora Hills area actually right now, and you got Ventura, California Highway Patrol. Just got off the 101 freeway. Reyes Adobe. He got off, and then he's now you can
the cop.
see
The cop right there tried to pit maneuver him.
And it looks like we're going to be getting back onto the freeway. California Highway Patrol right behind him. Now, whoa! Oh my goodness, that was embarrassing. But I was going to say, California Highway Patrol out here in the Ventura area. They all have and they all have procedures that they have to follow. But it seems that we've followed a couple of them in the past, and the officers out here in California Highway Patrol out in the Ventura area, they're a little bit more aggressive, and they do not appreciate suspects speeding and pursuing on their freeways. So right there, you've got two maybe of the California Highway Patrol vehicles making their way, trying to catch up to that white van. That van
Weave.
in the triple digits. That's not a mistake on Skyfox. Every now and then when we go wide, those numbers go wild, but you can see it right there, but just touching the 100-mile-an-hour mark, just into those triple digits, moving very, very quickly. Don't know what's inside that van, but I would venture to say it cannot be that heavy. So that is a very light vehicle in the rear. We have seen it fishtail a couple of times, so that driver, clearly, right now we haven't seen any problems, but this would be a good vehicle for a pit maneuver if they slow down. There's no way they're going to do it at any kind of 100 miles an hour. But if he's getting off an off-ramp and there's an opportunity, these officers from California Highway Patrol, I would put money on it that they will try to make that pit maneuver. Right now, though, we're going about 100 miles an hour. California Highway Patrol, they're the ones on the ground behind it. In the air, I believe that we still have the LAPD with us. PD 10 is still with us, so that's great news for those officers. They're going to get good information where it is and where it's going. But right now, you've got two California Highway Patrol officers. You got that polar bear, that's that all white one, and then you've got the standard right there, and then of course that suspect vehicle. And like I said, on the freeways, these officers, they're going to keep up with that vehicle the best they can and keep it safe. But I'm telling you, if the opportunity arises on an off-ramp or some kind of surface street, they might make that move, and we're going to hopefully see a good pit maneuver. Right now, traffic's starting to get a little tight out there, Mara.
Let's see a good pit maneuver.
That always worries me, especially because we've seen them already clip one vehicle today. That was that little Mini Cooper, I think, right before you got on the studio.
That.
Yeah,
I
feel bad for that driver.
Get sideswiped or get clipped. Fortunately, not too much damage, but nonetheless, I mean, it's just, you can't even imagine what that must be like as you're cruising along at the speed limit on a Wednesday afternoon, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you get clipped by a pursuit suspect. So this is the Thousand Oaks.
I'm gonna be honest, man, that was his fault. He got clipped. He should have moved out the way.
They just passed was Ventura.
When he seen a car speeding and a helicopter in the air,
getting close to 100 miles an hour. We've seen it beyond.
That's like me seeing a kid boy and not moving out the way.
Extremely dangerous, erratic driving by this suspect. We can tell you that it is one male suspect. We've seen this person because they've literally gotten out of their vehicle to carjack another vehicle. This is the third vehicle that this person has carjacked. It is a white van. Now on the shoulder there, Stu, I know the big question for law enforcement is beyond, motive and what's driving the suspect and potentially, strong mental health issues involved. Whatever the case may be, they also always treat these suspects as if they're armed.
Well, they always have that in mind, that this person may be armed, and the fact that he's taken a couple of other vehicles might indicate that maybe he has something more than harsh language or luck with him when he's doing these car swaps. The first vehicle that we were told was a carjacking vehicle all over the road, and you see what I'm talking about with those fishtailing, that rear end swerving back and forth. A lot of traffic, so the suspect's deciding to get off that freeway. Gonna just go a little bit wider. I want to see where those California Highway Patrol are. Now he's going to make his way down to the end of that, and it looks like a lot of traffic. This might be that opportunity that California Highway Patrol needs to get up behind him and then maybe be able to do that pit maneuver behind the trees right there, and it looks like we're just getting off to get back on.
Oh, no.
And what is he doing now?
Bro, you in a wide...
No.
Oh, you caught.
Gonna get boxed in.
Yep, you caught. You're done. Pink. Guns drawn.
California
You done.
Patrol, Ventura, they do not play. I told you that earlier on. And
climb out to the passenger and hop in a cop car.
And again, this is, somebody might say,
put it in reverse, Terry.
It's not. You saw what this guy was doing. You saw those carjackings. We hope, thank goodness, there wasn't anybody in any of those.
Put it in reverse, Terry.
Stuck-ish. But is it shut down? Is the engine off? Is this person complying? I don't know. And if he decides to run and crashes into another officer,
hands in the air, he's done, y'all.
It looks like finally
he's done.
So this is the Moore Park Road exit in Thousand Oaks, right off the 101. That was quite the showing of force from Ventura Police and also CHP. Ventura Police are involved, right? Or the Sheriff's Department? No, this is just going to be the California Highway Patrol. This is going to be the Ventura division of them, and you can see it right there. They got officers.
I know that it ain't California, so I know that ground hot.
Right now, you know what?
Hot.
I just don't care that much for his comfort. Anyways, he is on the ground. He is spread out. He is complying. Officers from the California Highway Patrol out here in force. And again, what an ending to a crazy pursuit. But that's the thing. If they wouldn't have taken those measures, this could have continued and it could have ended tragically.
I know that ground hot, bro.
Some damage to a couple of vehicles, and the California Highway Patrol capturing somebody that was involved in a crash, injuring an officer, possibly injuring an officer that we heard earlier on. But right now, that suspect in custody.
Yeah, you done, bro. They got the AR in you, the pistol.
Successful end out here in the Ventura County.
Now officially
you done, bro.
By CHP officers down below. Again, we do want to applaud those CHP officers for taking these extreme measures to finally bring this to an end. Extremely dangerous pursuit involving, you see the young man down there now.
You done, bro.
Being taken to a black and white, involved in what we deem to be 3 carjackings. So we're happy that he is now in custody. We're sorry for those involved and whose vehicles were damaged as a result of his erratic driving. Stu, it looks like his demeanor, like he has a few choice words for deputies down there, for officers.
Yeah, definitely. He is cooperating. He might be a little bit vocal, but you know what? In the end, I'm just happy that nobody was seriously hurt. And again, not clear on injuries on that officer, but that suspect involved in an earlier pursuit this afternoon that was short-lived, but an officer from LAPD was involved in an accident. And then that car popped up again, and then they saw it. It was a short pursuit.
Look at dude in the rain boots.
Officers, and then
them like the Yeezy boots,
because they really were looking for him. But in the end, California Highway Patrol doing what needed to be done, bringing this to a stop, and that suspect now in custody. But you can see him right there, little unhappy about.
Don't put my face on that hot car, bro. You know that car hot, bro.
Safe, and that this is over finally with no major injuries.
Yeah, we're all happy about that. Thank goodness. I think we do want to show our viewers the ending of how this all came to a conclusion finally. This is the Moore Park Road off-ramp, and he gets boxed in. We're still not seeing, I know we're working to, thankfully. Who does the other van belong to? Lots of more information for you and bring that to you.
Hey, that was a good one, bro. I ain't gonna lie. He could have did a few things different, got away. But the law is gonna get you, bro. Especially when you're trying to do high speeds for an hour straight. Man. Alright, y'all, so look. I'm open to any suggestions, any recommendations. Tag me in the video, email me, whatever. I think on Tuesdays, I'm going to do Take 'em on a Chase Tuesdays, do high speeds on Tuesdays. I want to upload daily, like maybe 1 or 2 videos every single day. I'm going to upload, I'm not 100% sure on what I'm going to do as far as a schedule, but I'm going to be working on a schedule on what I'm going to be uploading daily, what I'm going to be, reacting to, doing videos to, all that type of stuff. I appreciate anybody that can like, for one, or comment, love, hate, whatever. And if you subscribe and share my videos, man, I'd appreciate anything. Right now, I guess I'm going to be on a quest for 10K subscribers. You know, I'm trying to get monetized and all that good stuff. Get my 4,000 watch hours, 10 million short views, whatever I got to do, man, to get monetized. You know, so any love I can get, any support I can get, man, I appreciate anything greatly. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out.